Welcome to my B&B Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. When Liam hears the devastating news from Steffy, his feelings explode. Emotions are about to flow for these ex-partners after the bold and the beautiful reveals that Liam Spencer will face the devastating news from Steffy Forrester. Liam has been reading Kelly Spencer a bedtime story in her room, but he is having trouble seeing clearly. Obviously, that is on top of the dizziness that Liam was experiencing earlier, but he probably just believes that he is still dealing with the effects of his brain bleed and surgery. John Finnegan just told Steffy at the Cliff House that the truth is much worse now that Liam's inoperable mass has been discovered. Steffy will persuade Finn to let her tell Liam what he is facing once she has fully processed the fact that Liam is dying. On the B&B episode that airs on Tuesday, Liam will return to the living room after he has finished reading to Kelly. Steffy's expression should indicate to Liam that there is a serious problem. During the father-daughter dance party, Steffy tried to pretend that she was crying because Liam and Kelly looked so happy together, but Liam already knew Steffy was crying. Steffy was in fact weeping because she was aware that Kelly would ultimately lose the father she adores so much. Liam may see that Steffy's upset on Tuesday's show, so he'll sit down with her and push her to just tell him what's going on. Steffy may acknowledge that there is no solution to this particular issue, but it is easy to imagine Liam insisting that they can fix whatever is wrong. Steffy is aware that Liam faces a terminal prognosis because his mass is inoperable. Steffy, according to the bold and the beautiful, will gather her courage and prepare to update Liam on everything she has learned from Finn. Steffy will undoubtedly face one of the most difficult challenges of her life with this, but she will believe that Liam will benefit more from hearing this from her than from Finn or another doctor. Once Steffy tells Liam the truth, he will immediately deny it. Within the next episode or two, Liam will plan to use any means necessary to escape his grim fate and refuse to believe there is no hope. Liam may eventually discover some experimental options to try because he will become determined to seek treatment. Liam will make some optimistic predictions about his future, despite what his medical team has said. Regardless, don't miss the gripping scenes that lie ahead because Liam and Steffy's conversation is certain to be one of emotion. What's next for Scott Clifton now that we know the truth about Liam's fate? The bold and the beautiful and updates reveal a question on everyone's mind due to a serious medical crisis. Is Liam Spencer really going to die, or will a miraculous treatment be able to save him? Liam's future is not looking good. In B&B, Scott Clifton's character's future will soon be revealed, so let's find out what lies ahead. Let's first go over the problems Liam is having since his most recent scans from the episode on April 18th. Steffy Forrester will inform him of his terminal prognosis during the week of April 21st to 25th. He has been diagnosed with an inoperable brain mass. Liam is determined to reject the doctor's pessimistic outlook in spite of this devastating news. Could the key to his survival be his unwavering determination to fight for his life? Liam desires to be with his daughters. Liam probably won't back down from his desire to be there for Beth Spencer and Kelly Spencer. This suggests that his journey may be significantly influenced by the strength of his father's love. He seems willing to look into novel treatments and other options that could make him live longer for the sake of his daughters. Both Taylor Hayes' dying arc and Eric Forrester's terminal storyline turned out to be misleading. While it is still possible, there could be outcomes if Liam is the next character to find himself in a bleak situation that ultimately leads to a positive outcome. Is this really the end of Liam's journey? The journey of Liam may have come to an end at this point, and the show may have planned an emotional farewell for him. In any case, let's go back to what B&B head writer and executive producer Bradley Bell said in January about Liam and Scott Clifton. "I'm currently working on his next chapter," Bell said. He went on to say, "Scott is an outstanding actor, and in 2025, he will be featured in a major storyline that will be completely different for him." This statement can be interpreted in a variety of ways based on your perspective, whether you have a pessimistic or optimistic perspective. The Liam storyline could go either way at this point. It may imply that the character of Liam is being phased out because Bell appears to be having trouble finding a new path for him. However, Bell has shown a lot of respect for Clifton and appears to have exciting plans for this important storyline, suggesting that this could just be a chance for Clifton to show off his talent. Clifton's performance has certainly impressed fans, raising the possibility that the beloved character Liam will receive a fortunate twist that keeps him in the mix. Regardless, Liam is going to make some bold claims about fighting to be a father to his beloved daughters and defying the doctors. Taylor's daring move, Liam's terrifying denial, and Brooke locked up. Liam Spencer is teased by the bold and the beautiful as refusing to believe he is dying. Brooke Logan is locked up by Taylor Hayes. In the meantime, if Deacon Sharp discovers the truth, Sheila Carter Sharp might lose him. Continue reading, and let's talk about the upcoming episodes of the CBS soap opera. The daring action of Taylor Hayes. Fans can anticipate Taylor making a daring move the following week. Brooke is in a changing room in a preview clip. At the Forrester Creations fashion show, it appears that she is getting ready to perform. There are numerous famous faces present, including Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. Additionally, Christine "Cricket" Blair appears. Cricket and Ridge Forrester listen to Eric Forrester converse about magic and mystery. However, Taylor rushes into the dressing room at the end of the video and slams the door shut quickly. Brooke appears to be lost and perplexed about the situation. The following scene then shows Brooke criticizing Taylor for what she did. It sounds like they all end up locked in that same dressing room. Oops. The refutation of Liam Spencer. Steffy Forrester Finnegan is aware of Liam's tumor in the brain. The information was conveyed via text message by John Finnegan. Steffy will want more details when he gets home. Steffy tells her husband with tears that she needs to be the one to tell Liam that he is dying after she processes the information. However, Liam rejects the prognosis in a preview clip. Finnegan torn Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Steffy is going to be split, as revealed by the bold and the beautiful. Liam has maintained that no one is aware of his condition. Before, Steffy was content to keep the secret. Steffy might have a hard time keeping the news that Liam is dying to herself, though. Hope Logan must be informed at the very least because her daughter Beth Spencer is Liam's child. Like Kelly, Beth ought to spend time with Liam before he passes away. Deacon Sharp's finding Sheila is lying to her husband and keeping secrets from him over there. She was given a choice by Deacon, either Luna Nozawa or him. Sheila decided to get married, but she secretly got Luna an apartment. Sheila, on top of that, is supporting Luna's scheme. As a result, if Deacon discovers the truth, Sheila's happily ever after may come to an end. 4 shocking reasons Steffy's in danger amid Sheila and Luna's brewing drama. Steffy Forrester's precarious situation is hinted at by 4 major factors in updates and the bold and the beautiful. It's important to talk about why Steffy should be on high alert given that Sheila Sharp and Luna Nozawa are about to get into even more trouble. The perilous side of Sheila Sharp is surfacing once more. First and foremost, Sheila's adventurous spirit is returning. As a clear indication of her naughty nature, we see her form a secret connection with Luna while concealing it from Deacon Sharp, which frequently causes trouble. Sheila recently confronted Poppy Nozawa in a heated argument that demonstrated her menacing side. Steffy is in danger because it appears that Sheila is returning to her more sinister ways rather than the pleasant facade she has maintained. Sheila will do anything to preserve her family connections, meaning Steffy is a barrier that must be removed. Steffy is separating Finn and Luna. Luna finds herself in a precarious position as a result of Steffy's interference in her relationship with John Finnegan. Sheila has said that she won't let Steffy get involved in her family's affairs anymore, so it's unclear how far she will go to silence Steffy. Both Sheila and Luna have tried to kill Steffy in the past. Luna by leaving her in a cage pending a building demolition. Sheila, by shooting her when Finn jumped in front of her and she accidentally shot him. Regardless of how much Finn loves her, who is to say that she won't attempt to kill Steffy once more? Luna and Sheila's double trouble. Naturally, Sheila and Luna's partnership is cause for concern. They have the potential to cause Steffy twice as much chaos if they collaborate. For fans of B&B, this partnership between grandma and granddaughter ought to set off alarm bells immediately. 2 are twice as dangerous as 1 is dangerous. They join forces to form a deadly duo. The maternity leave of Jacqueline MacInnes Wood is coming up. Steffy's storyline may also be influenced by the real-life pregnancy of Jacqueline MacInnes Wood. Wood will need to take a short break in order to have her 4th child, which could open the door for Sheila and Luna to start some chaos. Is it possible for Steffy to reappear in captivity or even enter a coma as a result of a serious injury? Or will Luna and Sheila simply force Steffy to leave town because of the growing threats? One thing is for sure, Steffy must prepare for anything that comes her way. It is only a matter of time before Steffy becomes involved in new turmoil given Sheila's ominous predictions. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer's world is about to be completely shattered, and viewers should get ready for an emotional avalanche that will affect the lives of everyone he holds dear. Liam reading Kelly Spencer a bedtime story at first appears to be a sweet and tender moment, but it quickly turns into something much darker, more tragic, and extremely heartbreaking. A tear-stained Steffy Forrester gives the impression that the weight of the world is crushing her from within as Liam finishes the story by gently kissing Kelly on the forehead before entering the Cliff House's warmly lit living room. She has already dealt with the unbearable fact that Liam is dying, and now she must do the unthinkable, tell him. Both of them are overwhelmed by a flurry of recollections at this pivotal juncture, including the years of their past, the love they once shared, the daughter they co-created, and the complicated family they have attempted to preserve despite heartbreak and betrayal. The hazy vision and persistent dizziness that Liam dismissed as aftershocks from the surgery were never benign. In point of fact, Finn recently confirmed the existence of an inoperable brain mass, so they were the eerie whispers of a death sentence. Steffy's husband Finn texted her the news, which shattered her composure at the father-daughter dance party earlier that day. The moment now plays over and over in her mind, with Kelly's joy in her eyes, Liam's laughter echoing throughout the room, and Steffy's silent tears disguised as tears of happiness. However, hiding is no longer an option. No more playing pretend. Steffy breaks down when Liam presses on her, insisting that they can work through whatever it is that is seriously wrong. She tells him the unvarnished truth with every ounce of strength she can muster: the doctors can do nothing to stop his death. Liam's face is a mix of confusion and resistance, and his initial reaction is disbelief. He looks into Steffy's eyes in the hopes of catching any exaggeration or error, but all he sees is pure sincerity and grief. He refuses to accept the prognosis, insisting that the doctors must be wrong, and that there must be another way, like a tidal wave of denial. However, Liam begins to fall apart as Steffy's trembling voice recounts everything Finn told her. As the full weight of the information washes over him, his shoulders dropped, his breath caught, and his knees nearly buckled. The man who has always believed he has more time looks into a future that has been drastically cut short. He is the father, the protector, and the man. Nevertheless, Liam's love for his daughters ignites a fire within him even as despair engulfs his spirit. He says he will fight, try new treatments, challenge the diagnosis, and keep any sliver of hope he can find. Even as the odds stack against him, his love for Kelly and Beth becomes the lifeline he clings to. Steffy, caught between a promise she made to Liam and her own sense of morality, is beginning to unravel. How can she conceal this information from Beth's mother, Hope Logan, who ought to be aware that the father of her daughter is running out of time? When the man she once loved and the father of her child is terminally ill, how can she pretend that life is normal? This secret starts to weigh her down like a stone as the days go on, making her relationship with Finn more difficult and putting pressure on her own mental health. The additional chaos that is brewing just above the immediate tragedy follows. Luna Nozawa and Sheila Carter, always the unpredictable storm, are joining forces in a risky new partnership. Steffy, who has long been Sheila's only barrier to reclaiming her family, is clearly in danger from this twisted alliance that is shrouded in secrecy and manipulation. Luna, whose previous actions nearly resulted in Steffy's death, is once more drawn into Sheila's shadowy circle, and their collective schemes are already taking a downward turn. Sheila is doubling down on control, lying to Deacon Sharp, hiding Luna in a secret apartment, and pulling strings behind the scenes as she senses her grip on him slipping. Deacon may soon find himself devastated by betrayal, despite his efforts to believe in Sheila's redemption. Their fragile relationship will crumble if he learns the truth, and Sheila's descent into darkness is almost certain. However, Liam is once again at the center of the story, and his downward spiral has only just begun. His determination turns into obsession over time. He reads medical journals and talks to experts all over the world, and he puts his own health at risk by pushing his body to its limits. Steffy tries to talk him out of it, but Liam insists that he won't be a victim of fate. He will fight, even if it means going against Finn's medical advice and taking risks that no doctor would advise. In one particularly gut-wrenching scene, Liam stands alone in his room and whispers promises into the void while staring at a photo of Kelly and Beth. He will endure for them. He needs to. However, the cruel reality continues to surface. His vision worsens, the dizziness becomes more intense, and soon, he can't hide the symptoms anymore. Kelly, who was previously unaware of her father's illness, begins to notice the changes, such as his slurred speech, sluggish steps, and distant gaze. Even though she is younger, Beth recognizes that something is not right. And Hope, who is still in the dark about the situation, is becoming increasingly concerned. When Hope overhears Steffy and Finn arguing about Liam's condition, the tension reaches its boiling point. Shocked and furious that she was kept in the dark, Hope confronts Steffy in an explosive showdown. Emotions run high as Hope accuses Steffy of controlling Liam's fate, of deciding who gets to grieve and when. Steffy, already emotionally frayed, lashes back, blaming Hope for her part in Liam's heartbreaks and claiming she was only honoring Liam's wish to keep things private. As tensions between the two longtime rivals erupt once more, Taylor Hayes has made a dramatic and unexpected move of her own, locking Brooke Logan in a dressing room during a fashion show. Brooke demands an explanation because she is completely perplexed and furious. Years of rivalry and unresolved issues come to the surface as the two women are trapped together. Brooke doesn't buy Taylor's claim that she is trying to protect Ridge and the family. Additionally, as both women confront decades of animosity in this locked room, the metaphorical and emotional claws emerge. Steffy's safety comes back to the forefront as the show barrels toward its climax with Jacqueline MacInnes Wood's upcoming maternity leave in the background. There is imminent danger with Sheila and Luna circling like vultures. Steffy may be removed from the canvas, either temporarily or otherwise, paving the way for Sheila and Luna to run amok through an orchestrated accident, a surprise kidnapping, or a forced departure to protect her children. Finn is torn between his love for Steffy and his complicated ties to his mother and niece in the midst of this family storm. If Steffy is hurt or forced to leave due to increasing threats, Finn's world may collapse as he tries to balance his roles as a husband, father, and doctor. Meanwhile, Liam's story becomes less certain. Head writer Bradley Bell has hinted at a brand new major storyline for Scott Clifton. Is the tragic course of events a prelude to a miraculous recovery? A wrong diagnosis? A brief break before a dramatic return? Or is Liam's journey on the bold and the beautiful truly over at this point? There are a few fans. Some believe Liam is destined for a miracle, his fierce love for his daughters acting as a lifeline that pulls him back from the brink. Others believe that Liam's final scenes will be a touching tribute to fatherhood, love, and redemption. One thing is certain, regardless of the outcome, Scott Clifton is putting on the performance of a lifetime, and the storyline is establishing Liam Spencer's place in B&B history. The Bold and the Beautiful is weaving a story that is not only tragically compelling but also emotionally rich as Liam stands at a crossroads between life and death. And for those who have been following Liam's turbulent journey for more than a decade, these ephemeral moments will live on in soap opera lore for many years to come. As the world prepared to change forever for Liam Spencer and those who loved him, the waves crashing gently below filled the still night air outside the cliff house. The tranquility of the house on the inside concealed the emotional upheaval that was brewing beneath its warmth. Kelly's favorite bedtime story had just been read by Liam, his voice soft and soothing despite being occasionally strained by the blurry vision that had plagued him for days. It never occurred to him that a much darker reality was about to shatter the fragile peace he had found, so he ignored it and blamed it on lingering effects from his recent brain bleed and surgery. His gaze met Steffy's as he silently bid Kelly farewell and entered the dimly lit living room. At that instant, he knew something was wrong. She was frozen, her eyes rimmed in red, and her cheeks were wet from trying to wipe away tears. Liam had caught her crying earlier, at the dad-daughter dance, and he believed her when she said that she was crying because she was overwhelmed by the sight of their daughter dancing with the father she adored. However now, the truth was heavy between them, like an unspoken scream, standing just feet away. "Steffy?" he asked gently before taking a brisk step toward her. "What's it about? What is happening? Her eyes begged him to give her a moment to regain her strength as she shook her head. However, the moment had already passed. His voice got more urgent as Liam got closer. Never do that. Don't look at me that way and don't say anything. Please. Just inform me. Steffi drew a shaky breath, her voice barely above a whisper. Liam, you need to know something. Concerning your health. He blinked against a second wave of dizziness with a frown. My condition? It's simply post-operative issues. Finn said I needed rest. No, Liam, she interrupted softly but firmly. It isn't that. Her voice faltered. There are more.